Hello. Storm Daniel in the central Mediterranean has brought some catastrophic flooding across parts of central and eastern Greece. You can see that storm system, that area of low pressure here, should be gradually easing, I think, over the next 24 hours or so, but still further rain to come for areas that could really do without it across eastern Greece, for instance, Skiathos towards Volos as well. Meanwhile, for much of Europe, we've got high pressure keeping things warm and dry. A lot of dry weather across parts of Turkey after the recent heavy showers that we've had. Here's the remnants of Storm Daniel perhaps pepping up further as they move into those warm waters of the central Mediterranean. For much of Spain and Portugal, the weather looking largely dry. We've got a few showers in the north here. Hot and dry for France, certainly temperatures in the high 30s in places, and that heat extending across Germany, the Low Countries into Scandinavia. We've just got some heavy showers and windier conditions around the northwest of Norway at the moment. But we are keeping a close eye on the weather in the Mediterranean as Storm Daniel could intensify, potentially moving close to Crete, for instance, towards the end of the week. But thankfully, for much of Greece, things should look a little bit drier. So for much of Central and Eastern Europe, the weather looking hot and dry, just turning a little bit cooler and more unsettled, I think, for London and Paris as we head through into next week. But temperatures on the rise further east too, and the weather eventually drying out in Athens. Bye-bye. Hello. Across North America, we're seeing some real contrast in temperature at the moment. It is very warm still for parts of Ontario and Quebec in towards New England, for instance, as well. Then we've got cooler air working into the western Great Lakes, Saskatchewan and the Central Plains, and where those two air masses meet, low pressure. And that's bringing some really heavy showers across portions of the central Great Lakes, stretching down through the Tennessee Valley towards the Appalachians as well. Now, temperatures are also on the rise further south across parts of Texas, New Mexico, for instance, as well. We've got a few showers working in across Alaska into British Columbia as well. Should be largely dry for Prince George, Vancouver, for instance, as well. Fairly dry and settled as we head down the west coast towards California as well. Temperatures are fairly average at the moment, but it is going to turn a bit hotter here over the next few days. For Las Vegas, for instance, temperatures are going to be on the rise in the sunshine. Lots of warm and dry and fairly settled weather on the cards as we look through the next couple of days towards the west. Meanwhile, further east, where we've got that area of low pressure, you can see some really heavy storms around the US-Canada border affecting Montreal, perhaps New York, also seeing some of those storms. It's going to feel really quite humid and sticky. Warm air holding on further south. Should be dry down towards much of Florida, but we have got that line of showers across the Appalachians stretching down towards Louisiana as well. So this is the outlook then. Showers should clear from Toronto, looking cooler and drier in Chicago. Hello. We've got some fairly heavy rain in the forecast across central parts of South America for the coming few days. The latest developing active cold front is situated across central parts of Argentina into Chile. You can see it on the satellite image here as that lifts its way northwards by Thursday. The heavy rain will be pressing across northern Argentina, Uruguay, into the south of Brazil and Paraguay as well. So particularly wet weather across this zone. Pretty warm, a lot of dry weather to the north of that, particularly for the Amazon basin. Colder towards the south. Now, the heaviest of the tropical downpours will be in the north across parts of Colombia, Costa Rica and Panama as well, for instance, but drier conditions through much of the Amazon basin and hotter than average too. There's that heavy rain, the green colours you can see, and then to the south of that, colder and blustery conditions working in for southern parts of Argentina and Chile. So for both Rio de Janeiro and Buenos Aires, the rain should clear away as we head towards the weekend, so the sunshine should warm things up, but plenty more heavy downpours for Caracas and Santiago too. Downpours also affecting southern parts of Mexico at the moment. Some heavy showers stretching in towards parts of Nicaragua as well, and for the Caribbean, some heavy showers for parts of Cuba. A little bit quieter for the Leeward Isles, but we could see the winds picking up as a developing tropical storm moves towards the northeast. Plenty more downpours across the region over the next few days, perhaps a drier day for Santo Domingo on Thursday. Bye-bye. Hello there. We've got a storm in the Mediterranean, Storm Daniel, that's brought some really catastrophic flooding to the likes of Greece and may well affect some northern parts of Africa, particularly Libya, later on this week and on into the weekend as well. So we're watching the development of that storm at the moment. Meanwhile, it's been relatively cool for parts of South Africa, but temperatures will be on the rise over the next few days. Some dry weather for Cape Town. Also quite hot at the moment across parts of Egypt down towards South Sudan. Blustery conditions there too, and some heavy showers developing across the Gulf of Guinea towards parts of Ethiopia as well. But if we look at the forecast over the next 5 days or so, then you can see Cape Town, yes, turns a little bit drier and warmer, but we are expecting some showers to return as we head through the course of the weekend. Dakar also seeing heavy showers and thunderstorms at times. For Cairo, it's looking hot for the next few days, but a slight cooling in the weather as we look through the weekend. Khartoum, largely dry, but a return to some heavier showers into next week. Now, across the Middle East, most places looking largely dry, settled, hot and sunny too. Bit of a breeze blowing through parts of Iraq down towards central Saudi Arabia. Could be a little bit of lifted dust. A few heavy showers also developing around coastal parts of Yemen, perhaps the odd one for the Sarawat Mountains, for instance, as well. But generally the region looking hot and dry. Temperatures perhaps just a few degrees cooler over the next few days in Dubai. Bye for now. Hello. We are continuing to see some heavy monsoon rains over the next couple of days, particularly for parts of Kerala down towards the west, but also for some northern and northeastern parts of India as well. So these zones in particular, you can see from the satellite image a lot of cloud across the region, and we could see some localised flooding impact. So heavy rain close to the southwest, some of those heavy showers pushing into parts of Sri Lanka, and also in the Bay of Bengal, these brisk southwesterly winds peppering up the rainfall across parts of Bangladesh down towards Myanmar as well. But some drier weather in store as we head our way further north across much of Pakistan. The weather's looking dry into parts of Central Asia where it's looking still hot for Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan as well. Some slightly cooler conditions with some showers working into Kazakhstan in the north there. As we head further south then, 28 degrees in sunshine for Karachi, looking dry, but then back into some heavy downpours for Mumbai, down towards Kochi as well. Fewer showers for the Maldives at the moment, largely dry for Mali, just a chance of a passing shower, but heavier downpours across Andhra Pradesh, Odisha into West Bengal and across Bangladesh as well. So the outlook is a showery one, certainly with some thunderstorms for Mumbai. Islamabad, though, certainly looking dry with temperatures 33 or 34 degrees for the next week or so. Heavy showers and thunderstorms for Chennai, but the rain should ease in intensity a bit for Nagpur. Bye-bye. Hello there. The West Pacific has seen a pretty active spell in terms of typhoons and tropical storms. None of those are going to make landfall over the next few days. We do have a developing system here which will move its way close to the east of Japan as we head towards the weekend. But for Taiwan and for the southeast of China, we've still got a lot of cloud around producing outbreaks of rain. Any typhoons and tropical storms have now dissipated, but the ground is very wet, so we could see some ongoing flooding. Meanwhile, further north, another hot day to come for Beijing. Drier weather in store for much of South Korea and Japan for the next couple of days, but further south, heavy showers reinvigorating for Myanmar and across Thailand into northern parts of Indonesia, but drier for Sumatra down towards Java as well. Now, Tokyo may well see some rain returning for Friday. The wind's picking up with that tropical storm close by. Taipei should eventually see those heavy showers easing through the course of the weekend. And across Australia, looking dry for much of Western Australia, but we've got a front crossing the Bight, and that's bringing some colder and wetter weather for the likes of Victoria down towards Tasmania and also into New South Wales as well. Showery, rather cool and breezy conditions there. But as we cross the Tasman Sea after the recent rain and mountain snow across New Zealand, the weather's looking quieter with high pressure in store. So a cool and fairly unsettled spell of weather in store for Melbourne. Mainly dry for the next few days in Auckland. Bye-bye.